We are the second most largest company in India which is into STEM education. And what we do, so हम लोग जो बचपन में रट्टा मारते थे साइंस और मैथ्स, उसको हम लोग प्रैक्टिकल स्कूल्स में पढ़ाते हैं और हम लोग खुद ही प्रोडक्ट्स मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं, मेड इन इंडिया प्रोडक्ट्स, और उनको गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में सप्लाई करते हैं. So we at present this year itself we have worked in 1500 schools, government schools. We work in Odisha, Jharkhand, we work in Leh, Ladakh, Kargil, and we also work in South as well. पर क्या करते हैं हम लोग, जैसे जो पुरानी गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स के आप लोग ने फोटोज़ देखे होंगे, उसको पूरा ट्रांसफॉर्म करते हैं उसके एक क्लास को, और उसके अंदर बच्चों को केमिस्ट्री फिजिक्स प्रैक्टिकल करने से लेके रोबोटिक्स से लेके कोडिंग तक उन बच्चों को उसी लैब में आके सब चीज़ें मिले, वो सब चीज़ें भी देते हैं, टीचर्स को भी ट्रेन करते हैं, टीचर्स का हैंड होल्डिंग करते हैं. सो वी डू अ प्रॉपर product and plus a service company. We are based in Science City, and yes, so what I am doing is I am making sure that अभी आने वाली पीढ़ी और जनरेशन रट्टाबाजी ना करे और प्रैक्टिकल करे, ताकि जब वो आगे जॉब लेने जाए तो दे आर मोर प्रिपेयर्ड, कॉन्फिडेंट. द फेवरेट मोमेंट ऑफ माई वर्क इज़ के माइनिंग एरिया, आपने ये के कौन सी पिक्चर है, KGF, वो आपने पिक्चर देखी है, उसमें अगर जो माइनिंग एरिया है वहाँ के जो स्कूल्स है जहाँ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं है और वहाँ के बच्चियाँ कोडिंग कर रहे हैं, वहाँ के बच्चे रोबोटिक्स कर रहे हैं, वहाँ के बच्चे खुद सोलर पैनल से गाड़ियाँ बना रहे हैं इन आवर लैब्स, एंड वी वर्क डायरेक्टली विद गवर्नमेंट.
Chaitanya, Vyas, and I am from a different background. I completed my mechanical engineering, by the way. I am not from far from a coding and all. So I completed my mechanical engineering, and I have more than 12 plus years of experience. From day one, I am with the research and development department. Currently, I am with the Xylem Water Solutions, which is a US MNC, like $7 billion, and I am leading the design team there. And we are working in different type of product segment and all. And as a hobby, I am learning Python. So that is the project requirement also, and I like that also. And apart from that, I can say I have worked in diversified different product segment. So I have a motto in my life: I never work for a same product which I did from a previous project. So this is what I am doing. I always, when I switch the company, it should be a different product segment, because it gives you new challenges, and when you face challenges, you think out of the box, and when you think out of the box, you will feel that yes, you are doing something. Because if you are, I don't know, but if you are doing the same thing what you are doing, you are getting the same thing what you are getting. Everyone knows that, right? So this is the thing which I can give you. Always think that what you can do differently, what you can do in a different manner. Yeah, thank you.
So hi everyone, my name is Krupa Galiya, a Paiga. So I work as a senior data scientist, although I don't look senior as Utpal sir already mentioned, but I am a senior data scientist and I graduated on the 2020. So after 10th actually I did diploma. So from like school, as previous speaker mentioned, from school I had clear directions that I want to go in the AI ML career. So from there I started learning everything. There were not many people around me who were doing AI ML at that time. But still I had the courage, and then I continue my journey with learning AI ML. And right now I'm working as a senior data scientist in a US based company, and which is among top of the company in the AI company. And we are mainly focused on the conversational intelligence. So like all the chat GPT stuff and all. So we already did many new stuff actually on the top of the chat GPT and GPT-4 and every generative AI model, transformers and everything. So yeah, and apart from my day job, I also do freelancing as well. With so where I directly handle with the clients. That is also sometimes tough because I work with the international clients. They are not from the India. They are and with different country. So I also kind of manage different time zone as well. But yeah, happy to be here. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Khushbu Thakker. I am working as a senior Flutter and Android developer at Hyperlink Infosystem. Apart from my work, I have started my journey in 2015, and I took 1 month from my parents that I will start my career in IT field. If I stay in this field in 1 month and find the job, then I will continue with this IT field. Otherwise, I will come back home and doing the teaching field, take a teaching field and start working at my village, right? So in 1 month, I attempt multiple attempts in interview, took multiple interview, give multiple interviews, failed multiple times, approx 25 interviews I given, and because I rejection reason is mostly because in a market trend, currently we have 6 month of training and internship after they are providing us a job, right? But in my college time, I already learned Android, and I wanted to join Android team and mobile technology. So I decided that I will not take a training. I will take directly job. That's why they are rejecting me continuously. So most of the 1 month I tried and I get the job without internship, and I started my career in Android mobile technology. And after that, continuously growing and growing, like handling. Currently, I am handling multiple of batches, like training, providing a training to the freshers. Also doing the coding in a Flutter. Also handling the clients, and that's it.
Everyone, I am Reema Razdan. I am a sales manager working at Witter Cloud over here. I am having 10 plus years of experience. So my journey started where I started after post my college projects and stuff. Like I started with B1 developing, SAP B1 developer. Then started with, then again thought that Android might be some interesting. There's those days mobile applications were the trending ones. So I went with the Android development, and I told that this is not working somewhere. Development is not cup of my tea. Marathi nahi tha boss. So chalo, I thought let me go and change with the sales part. Like I got an opportunity where I was learning Android. Why you are not trying with the sales? Why you are good at it? So I started and moved, and like first of all thought was there that sales, like before 10 to 15 years, I suppose it was like everyone has a mindset ke door to door jaine vechu. So yaar aa to kevu thase, like how can I say to my parents that this would be I need to do. So I chupaine job start kari, training अच्छा चले छे, okay fine. And then I gave myself a target that 3 દિવસ માં ના વેચે ને તો બસ આપણે જે છે ને એ જ કરવાનું છે. So then I got an opportunity where I went with the sales part, and 3 days I made a good sales of 6 to 7 lakhs. I told I'm doing amazing. Let's start with it. So this is how my journey started, and like I have a various experience of services, products. So overall I'm having a 10 years of a decade of experience into sales, where I've seen up, downs, everything is there. So this is my short story. Thank you.
My name is Shweta Vishwakarma Butani, and I am currently working in 7span as a mobile application developer. I started my journey, my job at 2016, and I started working in Android. Then I go in the IoT, work many years in the IoT, plus started designing in Figma, then automation, then management, and now starting in Flutter. So I want to learn day by day that give me, feel the proud to me, to myself, that I did something new, did something challenging, and I wanted to just connect with the community, talk to the community, and give the session. I like to that also. Yeah, this is my story. Thank you.
So થોડો ગભરાવ તો તમે લોકો એન્કરેજ કરજો, કારણ કે બાજુમાં બેઠા બોલવું થોડું. Okay, so myself, Pratik Butani. I have almost 10 years of experience in mobile technology. I have done 7 years of 7 years I have done Android development, and after that in 2020 I have started Flutter development, and right now I am department head at 7span in mobile department. So Apart from that, I am also allowed to contribute on GitHub and Stack Overflow. Paresh Mayani also doing some contribution since 2008, 2007 to 8, and he is in topmost list of total reputation, almost having 1 lakh of reputation. And I am
actually interest.
So I am also in the list of that these people. Like I am in the top 5 users from Gujarat. So always try to encourage the people that you can also contribute on Stack Overflow or other platform. Like she is also doing some blogging and everything. So that is a must part right now, that developer also can do some these kind of things. Yeah, and whenever I started Flutter development in 2020, I have joined one hackathon for Flutter Puzzle Hackathon, which is organized by Flutter. So I won that hackathon as a community choice, and that was my first experience in Flutter development, which is I can say bigger experience, that Flutter website also having my name on their platform. So yeah, that's it.
I started my journey in 2011 from eIntelligence Baroda, where I started working as an SEO content writer, and currently I am leading a team of writers. So this is my achievement, and yes, this is not where I belong to. I did my MBA from MS University Baroda, and I was selected in the campus interview of Kotak, where I even started working with Kotak. But then I realized, because apart from professional thing, personally also I believed writing was my hobby. I'm author of 7 books. 7 of my books are already in the market. So then I thought that apart from fiction writing, I should go with the technical writing, of course. So I left my Kotak job, and I started pursuing with technical writing and started with SEO writer. And this is how I am into the writing field and helping more writers to come, because I think this is a field where there is no full stop. It is going to multiply, and there are a lot new things to learn. That's it. Thank you.
So this is Shreyan Mehta. I've been programming for more than a decade now. So just like anyone else, I also started with PHP because there is so from PHP, Node.js, Python, Munstack, jama paisa male karta gaya. So that's how it drive through. I have worked across various sectors and various companies, and since 2.5 years I have a firm of my own, and we work majorly into Munstack, AWS and AML stuff. Right now we are majorly into like since a year, we are before ChatGPT, we are majorly into GPTs, LLMs, diffusion models and similar models, and creating in-house products as well as client products. And I am also very active in Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar community. Like I am like very closely involved with GDGAhmedabad, and sometimes we are also being called here as well. And I also organized 2 other communities in Ahmedabad, which are also regarding tech. And I'm also very much involved into hackathons and with colleges as well. So that's a brief about me. Now I'm more into the sales side, and as you can see, everyone in the end will be a sales role.
Yeah.
So our programming વધારે ગમે છે એ સારું હતું. So yeah, I think that's a brief about me.
This is in 3 states. So it is becoming, there is no limit, I realize, sooner or later, in between a personal life and the time you give to your business. And that has been a very challenging moment for me, like since 2 years. But I think with proper team and creating good pillars and senior members in my team is helping me out to come out of it. But it is always, so entrepreneurship is 24/7 job, and a lot of time I come on platform and say that don't glorify entrepreneurship. People think that 9 से 5 छोड़ के अब मैं खुद का जॉब करूँगा, खुद का काम करूँगा. That doesn't happen. You end up working 9 to 9, 24 hours, not 9 to 5 at all. So that was challenging, but yes, I think it is rewarding, but the most challenging part has been this. And of course, fundraising and how do you manage the fund has been in a field where it is experimental. It is not even a very established field in education sector. Getting into an experimental and a business where awareness comes first, then rather than sales. So it is becoming very tough at that point of time, but slowly and gradually we are getting there. Talking about how does it help or is a disadvantage being a women entrepreneur, I think when you start, convincing your family is the most toughest part for me. When I left my job, I was working as an R&D engineer with Claris Group, and I was totally into working into renewable energy. And when I told them that I want to start something into an education sector, it was a lot of resistance, it was a lot of tabooing, it was also a lot of establishments that, okay, what will you do? How will you manage your life, when you're getting into entrepreneurship? How will you manage your money? And convincing them was the first level of, I think my brother would not face the same level of resistance which I did. And especially when you are at an age where you want to get married and so I come from a family where everyone is a government officer, and they were really wanting me to become a government officer. I have given so many exams, cleared UPSC general, but then I didn't go ahead. So that was a lot of being a woman, irrespective of entrepreneurship or any senior position you want to take, there are resistance. But slowly, the ecosystem is becoming very helpful. Like people like you all sitting here in this room are becoming very known that, okay, it's now no more a taboo, or you are becoming supportive. The policies in the company, even if it is small or large, are coming in place. So it is changing, but when you start, it is difficult. The toughest thing I face right now is I work in government departments. Government departments are the biggest collectorate office buildings you see in every district. And when I go there, they look at me like an alien, because they don't see all the business we do is via tenders, and when we go for the tender meeting, I've gone to multiple, every month I might go 3 to 4 tender meetings, and I have not seen a women vendor any point of time. So that is the level. So most of the buildings are not equipped with female bathrooms as well, even though they are the Department of Women and Child Healthcare, don't say the topic, but yeah, they are not equipped with bathrooms, clean bathroom as well. So most of the time you end up not peeing for 10 hours in a straight. So that is the level of play where I work, because it is in a rural part of the country. Of course, it is not the situation in the urban part of company. When I go for conferences, we go into the fanciest hotels and everything is in place. But when I go for my work, that is not at all fancy, and I really wish that with time and change, all of us sitting here are at the top of the ecosystem right now. We do have all the facilities on our platter, but when we are going down in the rural India or into the very basics of our country, we are still to make sure that we have to take that things there. So that is what I face.
A mindset, or you can say in your head that where you need to go. So first you were a baby, then you came in that age, then you are moving with certain age, college and everything. So always you need to define your goal, you need to define and you need to set it where you want to be. And accordingly, I think people are getting these days, many of times these days or back days or whatever, people are getting early married. So no, from my perspective, it should be you should get married at certain age when you are mature enough to carry the things. I see many of the babies are getting married over 22. No, you shouldn't. You should be enough. See, you are coming alone into this world and you are living it. So always your partner or person would be there, but you should be enough mature that you can get it, things can be done and things can be followed at the right place, I suppose. So this is the way, and always there will be a struggle. વ્યથા વગર કથા નથી, તો તમારે કથા બનાવી હોય તમારી, તો તમારે વ્યથામાંથી પાસ થવું પડશે. Like the lady around me told that what she is day to day feeling and how it is there in the urban areas. અત્યારે તો આપણે મસ્ત AC ની અંદર રૂફમાં બેઠા છે, but when you see people in the urban areas, women are just struggling for every single thing as well. And I have seen like in Rajasthan and many of the Gujarat areas, they need to cover themselves. Why, man? Why? Women are becoming the top entrepreneurs. And like being a salesperson and a sales lady, like I see it's always a big boy's cabin in the sales. Right? Earlier it would be like a sales. શું કરો છો મેડમ અહીંયા સેલ્સમાં તમે એક કામ કરો ને સક્સેસ અકાઉન્ટ મેનેજર બની જાઓ નો why keep yourself. I want to become this, I need to reach this level, and you will be reaching it. So things and perspective are changing accordingly, and you need to step up with that things, and you need to come up, right? If no one is making the change, you are there to make the change, so go and make that change. So this is how I can say.
Parties.
No, we can meet separately for that. No, you should be politically correct. Just tell us what it is.
Yeah, right. So that's okay. So I was not doing that.
Those who are not correct, take notes.
Okay, so just for your information, we have married 6 months or back only. So that is why the family is encouraging the things. Okay, so on a serious note, being from a mechanical background, married an IT girl, it's like every day discussing something new.
Issues.
Every day. So, no, not issues, but issues of her company and issues of my company. Okay, so I am doing a 9 to 5 job, okay, and I am working with US and UK team. So there is a time zone differences, okay. So I try to convince my US team that if I am staying in late at night, then it's your turn. In the second meeting of the fortnight, you wake up early in the morning. So this is how I'm doing a balance. She is doing a work from home job. So now at that perspective, she has a flexible working hours. So and her work started some day at 10, some day at 11, according to her calls and everything. So I go and complete my work in the office, and then I come back. Still, she continue to take the calls. Okay. So what I do, I listen. First.
That's very important task.
Yes. So I listen her calls while preparing myself in the evening, and then I relax. I completely like I'm in a bed, and she was working. Then she told me that this thing happened, and this thing happened. Now I am the client. Okay, so I give her some of the solution if I have, and afterwards things go on smoothly because she got her answers. And let me tell you one thing: when wife get her answers, she is the happiest and prettiest person in the world. Okay, so be specific. From our journey, our quality time is a different segment. It is discussing something new, discussing something different. Like in my project requirement, I am learning Python very basic level. Okay, so she is helping me in that. Someday I frustrated, my analysis doesn't went right, my mathematical calculations doesn't went right in my segment. So sometimes I should mention that sometimes I discuss with her. She insists me, and the good part of our relationship is that we never talk like this कि तारू डोमेन नहीं तने खबर ना पड़े. बराबर. So this should be there. So sometimes I must admit, in last 6 months there are 4 instances I worked hard for 4 to 5 days, and while discussing with her, she was cross-questioning and arguing with me like a child because she doesn't know the domain, but she was questioning like that. I got my solution. Because I haven't think like that, because if I talk with my team, my subordinates or even my manager, my general manager, we all are from the same background, so we think like this way only, but she has a different perspective every time. Okay, and if I become good manager in future, because I'm good at technical, but I'm currently I become a leadership role. So I'll admit in front of you, if I'm going to become a good manager, then she will be behind of that.
Coming to yes.
Questions and answers.
Yeah.
But it's the weirdest combinations I have. Like my husband is an embedded. You do your work, I do my work.
That's the beauty actually. What because it's we get married. तो एक ठहराव तो હોય विचारसरणीમાં બરાબર અને બીજી વસ્તુ the second thing is important that the maturity will come with the respect because if she is doing something so good at her domain,
of course,
right, then she had every right to question and she had every right to put her point.
True.
Atli clarity hoy, then it's fine.
Like post 30, everyone is in a mature, stable
Yes.
condition that where we can handle and like play the role accordingly. And nowadays I see like people are very much like okay, your wife is like wife and husband both are working, so parents are also supporting much.
Yes.
And even like husbands are like from like my experience, like he's supporting when he needs, then I support. So always support is there and understanding.
Yes, and I should encourage every lady who is sitting here because you have did so much of hardships. આટલું સારું ભણ્યા છો બરાબર, you have got ranks, you have got everything, and now if you are not opting to go further in your career, then it's not your miss, it's miss of the world. Because in my team also the best analytics which can be done by is a lady only. Because એમનું એક thought process અલગ હોય. જે પેલું કે ને ગુજરાતીમાં એક વાત કરે કે પેલું ભરત ગૂંથણનું કામ જે છે ને એ લેડી સારું કરી શકે. So it's like that only. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
great, thank you.
Something like, related to women. So I would talk about that.
So adding to one perspective, if you can tell us about that, irrespective of any domain. Let's say for today we are doing a tech event. So considering that increasing women's ratio in technical domain, but irrespective of that, in any of the domains, how do you think we can increase the presence of women in any of the fields?
Apart from the technical field.
Majority the technical field, but considering all the fields.
I think, we should raise, our family that way. We should raise our children that way because tomorrow we will be parents. So I'm having a daughter of 6 years old and, I'm facing that thing daily. कि एक छोकरी છે હવે એક છોકરો લાવી દે ને. Seriously, I'm telling you. Because I have just one daughter and I've chosen this. That this was final when I was pregnant. That I'll just have one kid. Because I don't want to take too much break in my, entire journey of my career. So still, because there are people in our society who has this mindset still. कि तारे छोकरी છે આગળ જઈને શું કરીશ. So I'm facing this thing. So, to connecting this thing with your question, that, I will raise my kid in such a way that she won't need any support. I'm raising her from now only, she's independent. She doesn't need any brother or mother or father all the time. She has to, fail, she has to, rise up on her own. So this thing should be there in all the families, I think. We should raise our children, we should, encourage our friends, our sisters, our society in such a way that they have that freedom. And as a woman, we should support a lot of women. We shouldn't be in, a hurdle to anybody. For an example, you have your brother, you have your brother's wife, help her to raise her own career. Because I'm seeing, that mostly we see that we are working and our brother's wife is not working. She's working in the kitchen, she's preparing our tiffin. That's not good. We should be encouraging the same thing to her. And I think if we are doing this, supporting each other, then, a lot of women will come up in their own hobbies, in their own section, in their own, genre, and that would be a different world. Because I think women can understand the task, multitasking. That thing only women have.
As female data science in my team, there is one who is actually manager. So I had as previously Dhruva mentioned, have one-to-one conversations with managers. So I had that, up till now, I don't think I faced let's say any too much difficult challenge in my life till now. for example, I was when I was doing my college, so my home was like pretty far from my college. It was in the same city, but still it was very far, so I need to do lots of travel, and then along with my college, I was also doing internships and everything, so I had to manage everything. But it's અંદરથી એવું કંઈક હોય તમારામાં કે જે તમને પુશ કરે કે ના કંઈ પણ હાર્ડ આવશે તમે કરી લેશો એમ, તો એ કોન્ફિડન્સ બધી ગર્લ્સમાં નહીં હોતો ઘણી વાર. મેં પણ જોયું કે we fear sometime to speak up, so that things we need to I think change. And also if you face too much difficulty or something, so it's not you can also handle by yourself as well. You don't there is no any situation आप એવું તો છે નહીં કે there is just only one problem, you are just only one person on the earth who faced this problem first time. There could be many other person, same as you got some work and you see stack overflow, many other also had that, or maybe some similar kind of issues. So kind of that's safe. And also as a girl, I believe so for example when I talk with my manager one-to-one, so it's not just कि हमें just only work related बातें करिए. She is from completely different background. She lives in the USA, and culture in the USA is very different from the India. So but still we share lots of the common thing as well. There are few things which is here the problem here in the India as well in the US as well. For example, when she need to ask some leaves for some health related issue or something, she is little bit weird for her to ask for that kind of leave. So that was we don't speak too much. For example, in my one other company I was working, so I would like to share this. So that company is in Gurgaon, and it was remotely work. And there is just me and another girl from Mumbai was working, and all the team were boys, and we just only two in the technical background. And then one day on the women's, there was some near day about women's day or something. So CEO said Krupa, there is anything you want to improve in this company, what you think on this special day of the women's day. So then I said then I said I have one thing, but let me also discuss with my colleague. Her name is Divya. Then I discussed with her, and then I discussed do you think we should ask for periods leave or something when it's very hard for us to handle. Then we discussed, and she was little bit off, weird and shy as well to ask. But then I said no worry, I'll discuss with the CEO. And then I had a one-to-one meeting with the CEOs along with the Divya as well. And then I said we would be very glad if we can have 1 or 2 days of the period leaves, or every 1 month or something. So and the CEO was very much glad that I know and it's not it's the same situation for every woman. There's lots of different women has go with the different pains and everything. But the CEO was so supportive, and then he said I'm very glad you mentioned this point. And right now I'm not in the company, but I'm happy for the girls like you who was taking 1 or 2 days off when they have such situation. So yeah.
Whenever we getting married since last 2 years, before 2 years, and I was in relationship with her before 5 years. So in last 5 years we have done so many things which is really good to have as in technical things. We got some project in freelancing, and we both are working together at night 4 or 5 hours. કરવાનો હતો એક પ્રોજેક્ટ શ્વેતાને જ, પણ એમાં હું હેલ્પ કરીને લગભગ બંને હેલ્પ કરીને 3-4 કલાક અમે આપી દીધા, કારણ કે ક્લાયન્ટને એવી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ હતી કે મને 4-5 કલાક ડેઈલી જોઈએ. તો આ ટાઈપના પ્રોજેક્ટ સાથે અમે રાતે બેસીને કર્યા, અને એ ઇન્કમથી અમે અમારા ફેમિલીને, અમારું ડ્રીમ હતું કે આવી કોઈ પેસિવ ઇન્કમ, જે મેં પરેશભાઈએ કીધું એમ, એ પેસિવ ઇન્કમથી અમે અમારું ડ્રીમ એવું હતું કે અમે અમારા ઇન્ટરનલ બંને ફેમિલીને આઉટ ઓફ ગુજરાત ફરવા લઈ જાય. તો એ અમારું ડ્રીમ કમ્પ્લીટ થયું હતું લાસ્ટ ટાઈમ. આવી ઘણી બધી વસ્તુઓ હોય કે જે બંને સેમ ફિલ્ડમાં હોય ત્યારે આવી રીતે સપોર્ટ કરીને પણ તમે આગળ જઈ શકો. જેમ કે ફ્લટરમાં ઇન્ટ્રોડ્યુસ થવું હતું, આગળ આવું હતું, તો ફ્લટરમાં અમે ઘરે દરરોજ રાત્રે હું સેશન આપું, એ બંને 3-4 જણા બેઠા હોય, હું, મારો ભાઈ, એનો ભાઈ પણ ફ્લટરમાં જ છે. તો એ રીતે એક વસ્તુ મારે કહેવી છે કે નસીબ જોગે એવું છે કે હું મારો ભાઈ અને શ્વેતા ત્રણેય 7th સ્પાનમાં છીએ. એનો ભાઈ રિમોટ જોબ કરે છે, પણ ગમે ત્યારે કોઈ પણ વર્ક કરવાનું હોય ત્યારે ચારેય સાથે મળીને ગમે તેમ કરીને ફિક્સ કરી દેતા.
સેમ કંપની અને સેમ એન્વાયરમેન્ટ, અમે આખો દિવસ કહી શકું કે 24 કલાક સાથે હોઈએ છીએ. ઇવન અમુક વાર અમારા જોડે કોઈ શબ્દ જ નહીં હોતા વાત કરવા માટે, કોઈ ટોપિક જ નહીં હોતું. હવે એવું થઈ ગયું છે ધીમે ધીમે. પણ હા, હું એટલું કહીશ કે દરેક વુમનને કે જે આગળ આવવા માંગે છે, જેના ઘરમાં સપોર્ટ મળે છે, ફેમિલીનો સપોર્ટ મળે છે, ઇવન તમારા મેનેજર કે તમારા CEOs બી, મારી ખુદની કંપનીમાં અત્યારે જ્યાં હું વર્ક કરું છું ત્યાં બી સામેથી કહેવામાં આવ્યું છે કે જ્યારે બી તમે મેટર્નિટી લીવ્સ ઉપર હો કે કંઈ બી એવો ઇસ્યુ થાય તો અમે તમને સપોર્ટ માટે છીએ એમ. બધા તમને સપોર્ટ કરશે, પણ જ્યાં સુધી તમે પોતાની જાતને સપોર્ટ નહીં કરો, તમે પોતાના માટે સ્ટેન્ડ નહીં લો, ત્યાં સુધી કંઈ નહીં થાય એમ. સો બધાને હું એ કહેવા માંગુ કે પ્લીઝ સપોર્ટ, please stand for yourself. No one can help you better than yourself.
Wow.